This is Cleanne Jenkins, your Simply Fun Playologist, and these are the September specials. Clover Leap is for ages 5 and above, 2 to 4 players, and focuses on vocabulary and sentence structure. In this game, you're going to roll the dice to see if you move your sheep or collect clover tiles to form silly sentences and earn points. When you collect the tiles, something I do like is they have a color on them that tells you which tile would come next to build your sentence. So right here, I build blue bikes. The sillier the sentences are, the more that the kids will like them and think that is fun. Whoever gets the highest amount of points is who will win. ARTributes is for ages 7 and above, 3 to 6 players, and focuses on vocabulary and imagination. Take turns drawing pictures based on descriptive words. Everyone else tries to guess what the picture is to win points. The person or team to reach 15 points first wins the game. So in this one right here, I drew 3 cards: sparkling, glowing, and crispy. Out of those 3 cards, you pick 2, and then you have to draw a picture to match those 2. So I picked sparkling and glowing, and then I drew a picture of the night sky, stars, and the moon, and anyone who guessed would get points, plus I would get points as well for being the artist. Uncle Beary's Bedtime is for ages 3 and above, 2 to 4 players, and works on counting, focus, and self-control. In this game, you're going to roll the dice, and then where I got the 4, I'm going to look at the 4 tile and see if all the bears are on the toys. Where all the bears are on the toys, then I get to remove one and add him to my bed. If there was one missing, then I'd have to take one off my bed and add it to the toy tile. If somebody else rolls Uncle Beary, then they move Uncle Beary around as he is checking the rooms and making sure all the bears are getting ready for bed. And because you're helping Uncle Beary, then every other player has to give you one of their bears. So this game is lots of fun, and the first person, or the person to get the most bears at the end of the game, will win. Sumology is for ages 8 and above, 2 or more players, and focuses on addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In this game, you're going to build equations and add them to the playing field using all 4 basic operators. So how you're going to start is you're going to get out an equal tile, and then the players have 8 tiles that are dealt out to them, and they're going to see if there are any they can add to it to make an equation. So if this was me, I might add 2 times 5 equals 10. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add up your points. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So right here I would get 8 points for that equation that I made. Then the next player can add on and see if they can add something vertically or horizontally or whatever, just adding on to the playing field to make another equation and earn points. If you need to make this simpler for younger ages, you could take out division and multiplication. Or you could even just use this as manipulatives for doing math. So this game is lots of fun. Front Runner is for ages 8 and above, 2 to 6 players, and focuses on algebra and factors. In this game, you are exercising your math factoring skills by solving one of 3 different levels of equations to make your horse the front runner. So what you're going to do is you're going to start here by drawing one of these equation cards. So we drew this one. Then you're going to roll the dice, and you're going to put the dice in order from largest to smallest. Now you're not always going to use all the dice every turn. So for this one, I am using this top line, which is the easiest equation. And so we're only using the first 2 dice. So you go 6 plus 4 equals 14. And then I have to figure out the factors of 14. So the factors of 14 are 2 and 7. So then that means I will move the 7 horse pawn, and the 2 horse pawn. You move them to the first horseshoe. And so that means you might be moving some of your horses and some of your opponent's horses. And then as you go along, the first one to get to the finish line is who wins. Vinculum is for ages 8 and above, 2 to 6 players, and works on fractions and focus. Learn how to reduce and expand fractions to recognize equivalent fractions in this game. So how you're going to start is you're going to put all the tiles face down, and then the first player is going to turn over a fraction, and then everybody plays at the same time, and you're going to turn over tiles, and if they're equivalent fractions, then it's like slapjack. You're going to slap it. Whoever slaps it first is who's going to get those equivalent fraction tiles. So right here we would slap this because we know 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4, because if we divided it by 2, 2 divided by 1 is 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Something else I like is the little booklet helps you understand how to do the equivalent fractions, like dividing and multiplying, how to make them, expand them, or make them smaller. Then there also are some fractions that have 15s and 16s as denominators that we took those out when we went to play, but if your kids get the simplified game, then you can add those back in to make it more challenging. Global ranking is for ages 10 and above, 1 to 6 players, and focuses on geography facts, demographic information, and comparing. Tap into your knowledge of geography and demographics to predict the ranking of 51 countries across 10 different categories. So how you're going to play this game is you are going to spin the spinner. I've already spun it, and see what category you land on. I got arable land. So something I like about this is it has a little spot here in the instructions that tells you what those mean. So arable land is land available for annually replanted crops. So then I'm looking at those 3 countries and deciding which one do I think ranks 1, 2, and 3 from the highest to the lowest, because we got high. And I'm actually going to pick the way they are right now: United Kingdom, Turkey, and Switzerland. And then after everybody guesses, you are going to turn over the cards and see how you figured it out. So number 1 would actually be Turkey, because it's 26.7%. Number 2 would be United Kingdom with 25.7%. And number 3 would be Switzerland with 10.2%. So I missed the first 2, but I got the third one right. So then I would get 1 of the global ranking tokens, and then you would discard these cards and start again. The first person to get 10 tokens is who wins. Let's Drive is for ages 8 and above, 2 to 5 players, and focuses on geography, state facts, and information. Learn locations of the states, state capitals, and scenic locations as you travel through the United States. How you're going to start is you're going to look at your cards and pick one that you want to be at. So here we picked Meteor City, Arizona. And that's where we're going to start. So this one is going to be in my pile, and then these 3 would normally be face down. And I'm going to pick which location that I would be able to get to the easiest. So for me, it would be Portland, Oregon, because that's closest to me. The other ones are on the other side of the United States. And as you travel to those destinations, you're going to gather cards and earn points. You're going to sometimes have event cards like this one that says nasty weather. While this event is active, all players have 1 less move each turn. And you'll collect bonus cards and postcards from different places. And the one to collect the most cards and have the most points at the end is who wins.